starting to get dark. We're going to do a little bit of a lightning round.
Okay.
One sentence answers to these next few questions. I'll read it.
One sentence answers.
Yep. This is the lightning round. One sentence answers to these next few questions. We're going to try to get in as many of your questions as possible. So that last one was for Mr. Wagner. This is for Mr. Kucera. Are Scott County's public transit needs being met?
Yes, they are. In fact, there's talk of buying the Denny Hecker building, and I'm not in favor of spending any more money to expand our transit when I don't believe it's at capacity.
I'm not familiar with the numbers, but in my situation, I found myself passing one of my coworkers, or her passing me, sorry, about 3 times a week. We decided, you know what, let's just start carpooling.
Scott County Transit, it's a fine organization. I think it's in great shape. Does a lot of good. Thank you.
Rebuttals? One sentence rebuttals? This is from a Shakopee resident. Do you believe in the separation of church and state? What role does religion play in your political decision making? One sentence. Joe.
You know, we all, our higher powers, all of our different faiths, our whole, personal issue. And I believe that, yeah, we can get guidance from it.
Of course, the separation of church and state. I don't know anything else to say. Of course. Thank you.
Separation of church and state has become something it was never intended to do, which was to protect the citizens from their freedom of religious expression. And when it becomes an adherence to that, it has gone too far.
What, if elected, would be your role in a Highway 169 corridor committee?
The role of the corridor. No, obviously we all know that the corridor of Highway 169, as the communities are growing down here, it's becoming more and more congested every day, and we need to, as Scott County does through Commissioner Ulrich, we do have an active role in the corridor already. So thank you.
My role would be pivotal, as I indicated in the paper. 169 acts like a two-edged sword that cuts and divides the towns right down the middle, making access easy, but at the same time providing good access to Mankato, Minneapolis, St. Paul area.
I look forward to, first of all, going to those committee assignments, and second of all, being at the table across from MnDOT and just having a lot of fun with them and being part of that decision to make sure that, yes, we can get from one side of our cities to the other.
No, that's all right. We'll talk later.
In one sentence, will the county commissioners help back townships in major projects? For example, road projects.
Can you repeat that? Help back?
Will the county commissioners help back the townships in major projects, i.e. road projects?
Well, I don't think the townships can do major road projects without the help of the county. I don't think they're funded, and Mr. Thill, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we want to saddle townships with that kind of taxing issue. So unless it's completely a township road, if the county has anything to do with it, absolutely the counties have to help out.
Absolutely, we can't forget our townships, because that is Joe could probably help me with the statistic, but it's probably, at least District 1, it's probably 78% of the land mass is the townships, and the county absolutely has to step in and help the townships.
The role of the county in regards to the township roads it's gotten better, but in years past it's been a little bit testy with the road turnbacks that have taken place and everything. But relationships have gotten better, and we just need to keep working on it. Thank you.
This is for Mr. Wagner first. What do you think needs to be changed to make the county better for residents?
To make the county better for residents. I think we're already pretty good with the residents. I think if you're a township resident, however, outside of the city limits of the 3 cities in District 1, I think Scott County government could be a whole lot user-friendly. I think we got a ways to go with that with township residents. Thank you.
Well, the fastest growing county, there's an indication that the county is doing things correctly. But if we're not careful, we'll grow government to the point where it'll be unsustainable by the residents. We have to be able to decide what good government looks like, and if we're willing to pay for that.
You know, the core of that issue is really this budget shortfall we're looking at. So everything is going to have to revolve around in the next year or two to balancing that budget.
Okay, Mr. Kucera, are you willing to sit on committees as assigned?
What committees did you have in mind? Yes, I am. I understand that that's a part of the job. It would be irresponsible of me not to do that and accept the title and role of Scott County Commissioner.
I already do.
Sitting on committees, obviously, are a vital part of Scott County government as a whole. But there's a fair number of those committees that, some of those, they can very quickly evolve into kind of a social group, support group, depending on what it is. And you got to pick and choose what, and I think I do, as to what committees are the important ones and which ones you need to truly go to, because otherwise you're just collecting $50 plus mileage. Thank you.
Well, if I may, I think it's a poor use of resources if indeed you believe those committees are, I'm paraphrasing, a waste of time and not worth going to. Then we should work at doing away with them so our resources are $50 a day plus whatever. Plus mileage, if you're willing to collect that, which I wouldn't be. Then do away with them and quit wasting everybody's time.
One of the roles of being a commissioner is to go to your committee assignments, and if that turns into a social meeting, you stick to the agenda, you get the meeting back on task. If they have something to talk outside of that, write that on another piece of paper and finish that later. But stick to the agenda, take command of that committee then, and get the job done.
Mr. Thill, with some of those committees, if you did stick to the agenda, you wouldn't have a meeting at all. Thank you.